Okay, we're
Okay.
live.
We're
Recording.
live. I'm live with Christina. She is my psych-k facilitator since last September. And I just want to talk about how amazing the work with her has been. I'm doing this energy healing with Christina and has really changed my life a lot. And Christina also created the Level Up, which is an energy healing practice. And I would love her to explain to all of you what Level Up is. So then you can also see some of my videos on my YouTube channel that are inspired by Christina. And I think it's important to know what Level Up is.
So really, to say it in a short, succinct way is kind of hard. But it's basically a combination of ancient healing techniques like yoga, breath work. There's definitely energy work involved. And we combine that with the things like some of my experiences with brain balance for my son with autism, or even the Sunrise program that we've done, that I've studied and worked with him on that. So, we understand now that both hemispheres of the brain have to communicate with each other in order for us to access these places of healing. And the mind and the body have to communicate with each other. So one fast way to say it is it's a mind, body, spirit healing system, and takes into account, all of those elements and brings them together in order to clear not just limiting beliefs, but we clear it it's like clearing an energy signature. So like my acupuncturist would say, if you have a problem, a symptom, she's going to help erase the memory of that symptom. She's going to help clear the memory of that symptom. So our body will hold, a memory of, say, an allergic reaction, right? And will react. And for whatever reason, we were out of balance and our body wasn't able to handle something, and it reacts in this way. And then it just keeps on, usually it'll keep on reacting in that way. So that's, kind of a physiological way of looking at it, but emotionally it's the same thing. In the beginning, in the first 7 years, we become programmed. Bruce Lipton will say it's good for us because we need to learn, what does it mean to be human? What does it mean to live in this world? We need to learn what, red is, and what, where to find the food and where to find the water, and where to find the love, right? And so we learn all those things and we're able to remember it. That's our part of our programming too, right? So a lot of our programming is not, I don't mean to say it in a bad, like we were programmed, but unfortunately humans have also created a lot of habits of not treating each other kindly. And so when those things happen in our first 7 years, that's what we learn the world is. That's how we learn how to react. We see somebody reacting in an imbalanced way because they're stressed out, right? The grown-ups are always stressed out. So they're reacting in an imbalanced way. That's what we learn. Then we react in imbalanced ways. And then it's really hard to erase that memory and that program that's in our system. And so Level Up will help you erase a lot of that programming. And it's a practice. It's not, yes, you can do 3 energy psychology balances and you are a new person. Like sometimes that is a thing. And, things like quitting smoking, or, a really narrow goal, like not eating chips at midnight or something like that, right? It could be something that you could do with just a few balances, and that could be a big change that you can make with just a few limit clearing processes. But really, once you start doing it, it becomes a way of life. It becomes a practice. And, you know, we've always got more layers of crap and, you know,
True.
unfortunate human programming that are in there that we can balance. And that really is what it is. We use the masculine and the feminine energy a lot and talk about the masculine and feminine energy of creation and how that manifests in our bodies and how we use it in the world, and how when, you know, we're imbalanced in one or the other, and there's different ways it can be imbalanced. So you can be really using the masculine energy too much, and not enough feminine, or not too much feminine, not enough masculine, but you can also be imbalanced in the masculine. So like the patriarchy is the imbalanced masculine energy. And so we need to balance our masculine energy, balance our feminine energy, and then we balance both of them together in our, you know, daily activities, thought processes, practices. So Level Up uses active and passive, you know, because that's the masculine and the feminine energy, right? We use the breath, we use, you know, belief statements and those kinds of, and sensory input. So, you know, we've got our 5 senses, and then we can talk more about, you know, all the other senses that we have that are our emotional sense, and then our other telepathic senses is one way to talk about it. All of those things play a part in our programming of what, you know, how we think the world works and how we react to the world. And so we use those to undo that and to create a new template. We're creating a new blueprint for human living, for, you know, it sounds ridiculous, but we're creating heaven on earth, one breath at a time.
Yes. That's how Bruce Lipton says.
Oh, really? I haven't heard him say that.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah, he really says that. It's very powerful. I also read his book, The Honeymoon Effect. So really, we that. I mean,
if you want to understand how all this stuff works, just go read Bruce Lipton's books.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot to it.
Also on YouTube, he has lectures. He has like a full lecture where he kind of summarized all like his book, The Biology of Belief. So it's really powerful. If you don't want to read 350 pages, just go. It's 2.5 hours lecture, but it's really worth it if you want to understand it from a scientific point of view, how we react, how we really behave, why our behaviors are in a certain way. And that's like all these programming and reactions and thoughts. It's like, it's not who we really are. It's like, sometimes it's really just old programming, and like our essence is what we can, for example, experience when we fall in love, because that's when we are in 95%.
Down to the core. Mm-hmm.
Yes, in the 95% of our conscious mind, while usually we are 95% subconscious mind. So when you really fall in love, that's the true you, because you're just in the now, like really acting and thinking and doing everything from your desires, your wishes, like really creating heaven on earth, really. So we can do that, like with practice, with Level Up and psych-k, we can really take away those imbalanced patterns that we have, thinking and like all of the negative stuff we can say, and really change and shift into the best version of ourselves. So
exactly. Yeah. So I've just put together some, you know, ways to really kind of help people create an at-home practice for energy psychology. It's definitely important to go to practitioners and learn how to do it. But then, you know, once you're doing your at-home practice, you might need to check in with a practitioner here and there. And, you know, we definitely have times in our lives when we need other people to help us with our stuff. you know, because we have a hard time sometimes seeing what we really need to see. But it is really possible for all of us, just like having a meditation practice, just like having a yoga practice, just like having a running practice, or whatever your thing is that you do that's good for you, brushing your teeth practice, you know, all these things that we do that are good for us. You can add energy psychology to that. And I mean, it's bananas how amazing life can become. It is, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about this, how amazing life can become by
Mhm.
using energy psychology. In the next video, I'm gonna put the link below this video, and you can find our the conversation, the rest of it, on how energy psychology has changed Christina's life and how it was Christina's journey of becoming a healer and how this impacted her and really. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.
See y'all
Namaste.
next time.